She ignored you at 28, walked past you at the networking event, swiped left without a second thought. Now she's 35, you're 45, and she can't stop texting. You didn't get taller. You didn't get richer. Your hairline didn't improve. Yet somehow, the attention increased. Welcome to the attention shift, the market inversion where women suddenly can't resist men over 40. Not because you changed, but because their attraction algorithm updated. Let me guess what happened. You stopped trying so hard, deleted the apps, focused on your work, your kids, your peace. And that's exactly when she showed up. The confusion is real. You thought attraction was a youth game. You thought 40 meant game over. Instead, you're getting more genuine interest than you did at 25, and you're not even trying. This isn't an accident. It's not luck. It's not game. 1/3 of divorced men remarry, compared to just 1/4 of divorced women. And here's what nobody tells you about why. It's because women's attraction algorithm recalibrates after 30, and men over 40, especially divorced men, suddenly match every updated requirement. Sound familiar? So let's name the villain. It's not women who wasted their youth. It's not your ex-wife who didn't appreciate you. It's the societal programming that told you male attractiveness peaks at 25 and declines linearly. That programming is biological illiteracy. Here's what actually happens. Women's attraction priorities undergo a system update between ages 28 to 35. The factors driving attraction at 22 become irrelevant. The factors driving attraction at 35 become deterministic. At 22, she's screening for genetic fitness and social validation. At 35, she's screening for life system compatibility. Women are biologically and psychologically drawn to grounded masculine energy, and that energy peaks later in a man's life. You spent 2 decades building exactly what she now requires, but apps can't measure it. Youth culture can't recognize it. That's why the attention shift happens in real-world environments, not on screens. Here's the reframe that changes everything. You didn't become more attractive. You became finally compatible with updated female attraction algorithms. Let me show you the mechanics. Divorced men tend to learn more about being a good partner from divorce than they do from actually being a partner. At 25, your potential. At 45, your proof. She can't measure your future at 25. She can measure your track record at 45. Women over 30 develop drama radar. They've dated the impulsive 28-year-old. They've managed the ego-fragile 32-year-old. Younger men are reactive, impulsive, fragile in ego, and uncalibrated emotionally. You're not boring. You're low friction. And low friction is exactly what she needs after a decade of chaos. At 25, women practice future discounting. They overvalue present novelty and undervalue future stability. At 35, the discount rate collapses. Future stability becomes immediately valuable. This isn't gold digging, it's biological risk management. And you're finally being processed through the right risk calculator. Let's get forensic about the attention shift. Why do divorced men over 40 trigger it most powerfully? Trigger 1. Social proof of lessons learned. A divorced man isn't broken, he's broken in. He has practical, real-world experience in the field, the good, the bad, and the marriage ending. Never married at 45 signals avoidance. Divorced at 45 signals courage to commit, wisdom to exit, capacity to rebuild. Women over 30 read divorce as social proof you can handle relationship complexity. You're not damaged goods. You're quality-tested merchandise. Research suggests that a divorce in your 40s or 50s will likely result in a quality second relationship. You've paid tuition. She doesn't have to train you from scratch. That's leverage. Women interpret this not as older, but as masculine. Masculine energy is not youth-based. It is identity-based. You've survived enough chaos to not react to chaos. That stillness, that's not age. That's power. And she feels it immediately. So how do you leverage the attention shift without destroying the peace you fought for? Welcome to the Fortress of Peace checklist. 5 strategic filters for post-40 dating. Not all attention is valuable. Dating in your 40s or 50s, you are more likely to know yourself, how likable you are, and to choose a partner that complements your lifestyle and values. If she's chasing the idea of stability without having built her own, she's extracting, not partnering. Screen for women who add to your fortress, not women who want to live inside it rent-free. Dating after 40 is not about competing with younger men. It's about embodying what younger men cannot. Calculate this metric. How much peace does she cost per week? If the ratio inverts, exit immediately. Your peace is no longer negotiable. Don't assume compatibility. Verify it. Ask these questions before emotional investment. Kids? More kids? No kids? Geographic flexibility or rooted? Relationship escalator, marriage, cohabitation, or sovereign partnership? Financial integration or financial separation? Misalignment at 25 is workable. Misalignment at 45 is structural failure waiting to happen. Divorced men have huge advantages in the dating game, but only if you maintain your sovereignty. The test: can she be happy alone? If she needs you to feel complete, she'll eventually resent you for not completing her enough. You're looking for addition, not completion. Plan the exit before entering. This isn't pessimism, it's sovereignty architecture. You're not afraid of commitment, you're committed to your peace. And you'll only commit to her if she adds to that peace. Let me tell you what this really means. The attention you're receiving, it's not charity. It's not settling. Women who date divorced men get to enjoy the fruits of someone else's labor for free. A divorced man isn't broken. He's broken in. You spent 20 years building what she now needs. The fact that apps couldn't measure it doesn't mean it wasn't valuable. The fact that younger women couldn't recognize it doesn't mean it wasn't there. You were always this valuable. She just upgraded her processing system. And here's the permission you've been waiting for. You're allowed to enjoy this attention without guilt. You're not taking advantage. You're not using your age gap. You're simply matching what she's now programmed to value. But remember this, the attention is abundant. Your peace is scarce. When you stop trying to impress and start relaxing into connection, your confidence becomes effortless. You fought too hard to rebuild your fortress. Don't tear down the walls for someone who hasn't earned a key. The work isn't proving you're attractive. The work is choosing wisely among those who recognize you already are. The attention is real. The shift is systematic. The biology is on your side. What you do with it determines whether you reclaim your life or repeat your mistakes. The data is clear. The framework is proven. What remains is your discipline. Women can't resist men over 40 because their operating system finally recognizes what you've built. Your job isn't to perform. Your job is to protect what you've reclaimed. I am the architect. I will see you in the next blueprint. Sovereign Male Dynamics. Architecture for the New Male Era.